The call went out at 5 a.m. Tuesday to supporters of the homeless camped on city lots in a refuge they called Dinkinsville. Police would soon be moving in to demolish the shanty town housing 200 people that had sprung up after the city closed Tompkins Square Park last June. Old refrigerators were used to block East 8th Street as a bonfire was built as a symbol of protest. But plans for resistance soon faded when sparks from the blaze spread unexpectedly to the tinder-dry shanties and tents. Within moments, flames engulfed the encampment, threatening a nearby apartment house. A homeless woman who declined to give her name looked on as her tent and belongings were engulfed by the fire.
I think it's ridiculous. Police aren't even here to put people out. They just went on a rumor and start burning shit up. It's ridiculous.
But people were told they're afraid that they are going to come in eventually, the police.
Yeah, so what? Until then we had a home. Now what?
Did you wake up to this fire happening, or were you up already?
No, I was sleeping.
Then you heard the sound, or you felt the flames?
My friend came and got me. He started banging, told me there was a fire. I could feel the heat, so I got out. I left my shit there.
Forced to retreat by the inferno, activists quickly disassembled the barricades so that a fire truck could extinguish the blaze. Within minutes, police in riot gear moved in and cleared most of the homeless and their supporters from the lot, arresting one demonstrator. Terry T., a homeless person and activist on the Lower East Side for several years, came to tears as he watched people gather up what belongings they could.
I don't know who set this fire, but this was the worst thing that could ever have happened, and a demonstration of peace, trying to show the people that we're capable and able to manage our own.
Catherine is an activist who spent a lot of time with the homeless of Dinkinsville. She says she was saddened by the feelings of hopelessness and defeat represented by the burning of the few possessions the homeless people had.
This is a crossroad. This is a very difficult time for us, and people don't feel that they can fight, and people don't feel that they have allies. At the same time, this is a problem which has no resolution other than revolution and overthrowing the system. And I think that it will come to that. I think it's coming to that. I think we can see that on the horizon.
The head of the mayor's community assistance unit is Michael Carfin. According to Carfin, the homeless people were evicted because of complaints from neighbors and Community Board 3.
We don't have a policy that says that we are removing people from public spaces. However, these are individual circumstances wherein the concentrations and the size of the encampments of homeless people and their activities resulted in creating a serious disturbance to the community around them.
Carfin says that the city was able to provide shelter or referral to drug and alcohol treatment centers for about half the 200 people in Dinkinsville. But when pressed about the measures the city was taking to deal with the enormity of the homeless problem in New York City, he acknowledged that the large armories housing thousands of homeless people are inadequate. He says the city is trying to build smaller shelters and has plans to build low-income housing.
We will have a full comprehensive range of services available to them in these smaller type facilities, which will allow us to close the large or reduce the size of the armories, which I won't dispute are inherently not able to meet the needs of many of individuals. We are now engaging in a public review process on the transitional site, which we have received a great deal of opposition from communities and boroughs that don't wish these types of facilities.
Meanwhile, dozens of homeless people turned out into the streets of the Lower East Side are searching for a new place to call home. For WBAI News, I'm Paul DiRienzo.